Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today's video, I'm super excited about these products that I'm using. They're all new products that I have picked up. I have the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I have also the Fenty Beauty Highlighter, and also the Subculture palette. And that's how I actually got this look today. And I also have one more product that I'm using, and it's the NARCISSIST cheek palette. These are some great products, guys. I really like these, and I can't wait to show you how I did this look. And if you do like this look, then just keep watching. I'm going to show you kind of step by step how I achieved this look. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and also don't forget to leave me some comments down below. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Here we go. And the first thing I'm going to use on my face, I've already washed and moisturized. I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so after that's dried and it's kind of tacky on my face, here we go. We're going to go in with this Fenty foundation, if I can get it out of the box. And this is what it looks like. This is the packaging here. Nothing spectacular. And this is the Fenty Beauty Foundation. And this is in the shade 150. And it says shake very well. So I'm going to shake it up. And then it has a pump. So what I'm going to do is, and I always do this first, I'm going to put it on my hand first. I'm going to do 2 pumps first. And this is it right here. So a lot of people are saying that it's very runny. It's thin, you know, thinner consistency, but it's not like super runny on me. So I don't know. I'm just going to dab it everywhere. And I thought about going in with my brush, but I think I'm actually going to use my beauty blender today. Let me get that. And this is the beauty blender that I'm going to be using. And start dabbing it all over my face. This is supposed to be medium to full coverage, so you can build it up for the coverage that you need. So I still have a few areas that I need some, because I can still see a little bit of redness. But of course, that's just me with my rosacea. So I'm going to add a little bit more, one more pump. And I'm going to add that to the little areas that have the redness to it. I'm going to come around my nose. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this Nars concealer, and this one is in the shade Light to Vanilla. Same beauty blender. And I'm actually going to be using this on my eyes today to prime it. I don't find this drying at all, this concealer. I really like it. And I'm probably going to pick up a fuller size. This is just like a trial size or travel size that I've got. Because I have so many concealers, and I'm like, why am I buying a full size and I don't know if I like it or not? So it's a great way to test it out and you don't have to pay the full price. So I'm going to actually set my under eye concealer with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm just using one of my Morphe brushes. This is an E48 brush. And I'm just going to set that under eye area. And it's like you do this so much, you really don't even need a mirror. And I'm going to also set, got a little extra palette. I just kind of around my nose, my T-zones. That's kind of where the wear comes off. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on my eyelids because I've already primed them with that Nars. So now I'm going to go in with this Narcissist. I got this with the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I got it half price. I think it was like $22, something like that. And it's the cheek palette. It has a mirror in it, and it has a bronzer, and it's got a, well, it's got a couple of bronzers here, and then it's got a highlighter. And then that's my dog Harry, if you can hear him. He's downstairs actually barking. And it's got like an array of blushes. So I'm going to try this out today. I'm not going to use the highlighter because I'm going to use the Fenty highlighter. I am going to be using my Hoola brush to put on this bronzer. So let's see. I'm going to go in with this right here. And that is actually, I'm looking at the back of it, that is the Laguna bronzer. I'm actually going to go in with this blush, and I want to say that one is, if I'm reading this right, it just says 1, 2, 3, and then it has Gulu. So I'm believing that's what this one is. It's Goulue. Who knows if I'm even pronouncing that right, but anyway, I like this shade the best, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to be using my MUA stippling brush for this blush. Oh, that's very pigmented. Just a little goes a long way. What I like about the stippling brush is you can kind of blend that into your bronzer. Didn't really contour, just kind of bronzed up. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this Fenty Beauty highlighter, and this is in the shade, it's called the Kilowatt. I guess that's the series, and this one is in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. So you have a little mirror in there. This one is actually your Lightning Dust and your Fire Crystal. This one does have some kind of crystally, like shimmery particles to it. I really don't think these swatches are doing it justice. I don't know if you can even read that on camera. It's pretty light. So I'm going to go in with the Lightning Dust. We're going to see how this works out. And this is a Luxie brush. This is a 522 tapered highlighter brush, and I love it. It's one of my favorite highlighter brushes. You can see that. Wow, I can see it. I hope it's reading on the camera and you can see it. Ooh, wow. It's really pretty. A little bit on my nose there. Anything major. And on the lips here. Wow. So I'm going to be using this Subculture palette, but before I put this on and go through this with you, I'm going to do my eyebrows real quick, so I will be right back. So now I'm back and I'm going to finish out my look with the Subculture palette. And unfortunately, I didn't turn my mic back on, so you're just going to have to listen to me narrate through this video. I've been wanting to do a voiceover, but yeah, I didn't want to have to do it this way. So I'm going to start with this Subculture palette. And I'm using, I think, a Sigma E40 brush, blending brush, and I'm going in with Dawn to lay all over the lid. And just kind of blend it, just kind of lay it down for like my base eyeshadow, my base shade. Blend, 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 getting a little closer up there, and just kind of blending. And the next shade is going to be Roxy. I'm using that same brush, I believe. And these shadows are very pigmented. I have just a teeny tiny bit on my brush. I didn't have a lot of fallout though on my eye, but I did have a lot of like kickback in the pan, but that's normal, to be expected. So I'm just going all over my crease and everything with that Roxy color. And now I'm using, it looks like a more of a tapered brush, and I went in with All Star. It's kind of a reddish color, but it's so funny because when I lay it on top of those other colors, just when they mix together, it almost has like kind of a deep plum tint to it. You'll kind of see my finished look once I get done, and my camera angles are just a little off. I tell you, these Get Ready With Me's, these are not my forte. I have a lot of I have a huge learning curve when it comes to Get Ready With Me videos. Now that particular color is Axis. So pretty. It's like a deep, almost jade green, and I thought I would just put that in my inner third just to add a pop of color. I'm going to put this on the other eye. I didn't really know what I was going to be doing with this palette at first. I just kind of started putting colors together, and that's the fun of it, just kind of you know, mixing and matching and see what kind of goes. This is just a clean blending brush that I'm using just to kind of blend out those edges to make sure you don't see anything, you know, you don't see those harsh lines or anything like that. So just kind of blend it out really good. Okay, so let's see what I'm doing now here. Tapping off my brush. Okay, I'm going back in with that All Star shade, which was that kind of reddish shade. Kind of reminds me of red ochre, but red ochre in the Anastasia Renaissance palette is a little more red tint. Like I said, this has more of a kind of a purple tint to it. I'm just going back into my crease, just trying to get it to intensify. Now that particular color was the Roxy color again. I'm just going over the very top of the shadow and just kind of topping it off with that color. Now that was New Wave. It's kind of a goldish, peachy gold color, and that's just going on my inner corner, inner third. Now that was a quick look, but that is Adorn, and it's a gold, bronzy gold metallic eyeshadow, and I wanted to put just a little bit. I didn't use a brush, as you can see I'm using my fingertips, but I just wanted to use a little bit on my lid just to kind of give it a little more depth instead of just all matte colors. Now I'm going under my, the under eye with Roxy. Now I'm going back with All Star with a, looks like I've got a pointed, yeah, like a tapered brush. And you'll see me kind of draw it together with the top eyeshadow, just kind of meet it together. Just kind of bring it together like that. Now that's cube. That's a white shadow, but it's going to leave kind of a pink cast. It's one of those duochrome eyeshadows, and here you will definitely see I'm just using a very pointed brush to get in my inner corner, and it's very pink. So I thought that's too pink, so now I'm going in with this electric green, which is another metallic shade, and just kind of blending it in over the cube shade. Just using my It Superhero mascara, trying to get the got a little mascara there on my hair. You ever noticed how your hair just clings to mascara? You bring out that mascara brush and your hair just is like attracted to it. Now that's my Supersizer by CoverGirl, and it's waterproof, so I use that for the top and the bottom. This is my Dose of Colors in Moon Days, and I really, really love this color. It's very deep, dark, rich, mauve-y color. I just love it. It's so pretty. And I like the way the applicator is. It's kind of like a little chair if you look at it. And I like that because it has like a point almost to it. So you don't really need to use a lip liner. I can actually just kind of carve out my lip with that applicator. It's so pretty. And I actually did go, I don't know if I showed it in the video, but I did top off my lip with a Jouer metallic lip, or lip topper is what they call it, in the color Skinny Dip. Okay, so that was my Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really am loving this foundation. I have dry skin, and so many people on YouTube are like, this is definitely not for dry skin. I absolutely disagree. As far as like the Subculture palette, I don't see anything wrong with these eyeshadows. They are very, very pigmented, and you definitely need to know how to apply those and blend them. I wouldn't, if I was a beginner, I probably wouldn't use this palette. There are a lot of other beautiful palettes, including another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, which is the Modern Renaissance palette. That one's a lot more easier to work with, but these shades are so beautiful, and they're so wonderful for, I think, for fall. And you know, I don't see where all the hype is about these eyeshadows. And yes, they have some fallout, but a lot of your eyeshadows do. Even the Modern Renaissance palette has fallout. So you know, I guess it's just a matter of preference and what you're expecting. I really don't see the big issue about it. And if it's something that you want to get, go out and buy it and just experiment with it. And, you know, just come up with your own looks and come up with your own decisions. Don't always go and follow a YouTuber and that's, you know, and then you're going to see a stream of these videos about how terrible something is. Find out for yourself. I mean, you do have your certain people that you follow on YouTube, and you get to trust them. So I hope that you trust me, and when I say that these eyeshadows, and you saw how they were going on with me, you do have to work them. You got to blend them. You got to work and work and work. So if you're not all about working and blending, then I would definitely say, you know, skip it, go to another palette. But if you're willing to put that effort into it, then I would say go ahead and get the Subculture palette. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just super, super highly, highly pigmented. So you will need to, like I said, blend. And also the Narcissist palette. I've heard some negative reviews about that as well, and I like it. I like the blush. I liked the Laguna bronzer. Everything just kind of seemed to work on me today, and I really like the look that I created. I like this kind of fall look, and so I can't wait to do some more looks with these palettes. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.